Yes, people, so welcome back to another episode of the Legacy Podcast. We're in today for episode 108, and it has been a while since we last done an episode. I do apologise for that, but looking back over the past couple of months since we've been out, it has been a hectic few months to say the least. All for the right reasons, there's been a lot of growth. There's been a lot of expansion and development, which are qualities that I'm always looking to chase, expand, and work on. So it's obviously, it's been a positive absence, so to say. But to do so, we're just going to go through a bit of a catch up, explain how the past couple of months have been. And I feel like time management would be a good topic to go into today. Now, looking forward into the podcast. Now, you guys know, for the avid listeners, the podcast, the Legacy Podcast, is something that means a lot to me because it's somewhere I'm able to really expand on a lot of my ideas, give a lot more value to you guys, and just go really in depth on a lot of key topics. So with the next sort of couple of episodes, I'm going to go into sort of like a sub-series now. For the online coaches that do listen, for the people that do like to learn from other coaches in the industry, there's going to be a new series now called The Coaches Corner. And this is going to be a short 5-6 series, and it's basically just going to be a couple of the leading coaches within the industry. I've sent the invites out this morning, so there should be a couple of episodes potentially coming this week or next week. And basically it's just going to be getting insight into their business, their brands, and how they've actually built stuff, whilst obviously giving some value for maybe up and coming coaches. And it may just be that, you're doing cardio, you want some steps, and you're looking for, inspiration from, again, people that have done well within their field. I know that we're all online coaches, but when it comes to sort of success and growing far within the industry, you have to offer something different. You have to do something that is individual and unique to you as a person. There is a fly literally right on my laptop, and I'm hoping that you can't hear the buzzing because this mic picks up everything. But yeah, the Coach's Corner is just going to be another way to sort of excel the series, excel the podcast, and again, network on my behalf. Networking for me is huge, simply because it allows me to, again, get an insight into the minds of others, expand my audience, expand their audience, and there is just nothing bad that ever comes from networking. You can never know enough info, and you can never understand enough info about the industry that you're looking to excel within. So it's just a win-win situation. I love having guests on, especially because a lot of the people I've often looked up to for times, admired a lot of their work, followed a lot of their stuff. So it's good to sort of really, social media only shows elements. If we're on Instagram, for example, we're only ever seeing posts, videos, some stories. When we have them on a podcast, it's getting to know them on a better level. So there's just a lot of stuff to look forward to with the Legacy Podcast, and that series alone is going to be good. And then as well as that, I'm obviously going to be plugging this back on social media, so going to be a bit more Q&As. I've got some more topics planned. I literally did a lot of planning yesterday with social media, so there's a lot of topics that I have planned, so I'm 1 million excited to get back into the swing of things and start delivering consistent episodes, because I feel like we hit that big milestone and I sort of felt a bit lost as to where to take the podcast next. What do we strive for next? But it's just about consistency, keeping momentum, and allowing us to stay on the straight line with things, because the podcast is a goal of mine to develop, to make it, one that is, known by a lot of people. I want people to know and understand the value that is held within these topics. We're on episode 108, and there is so much value within each episode. We've covered nutrition, training, mindset. The list goes on. So the podcast means a lot to me, and I can't wait to, even as I'm on the mic now, it feels like I never left. So time management and sort of like the past couple of months, where have things been? So obviously we launched the member site. Things have been going good with that. Growth has been a little slow, so to say, but we're in a position now where things are really picking up again, because I've got new ebooks out, training programs. We just launched coaching packages. So business now is at a level where I feel able to expand it and work with more people. The reason why I wanted to expand was because Legacy Fitness Training, the goal is to take it to a global level. My aim is to help individuals get from point A to point B with their physiques, level them up, get them in their dream body. I don't just want to work with a set amount of people, and I was well aware that coaching is not for everybody. Coaching is not one size fits all regardless. Each person is looking to achieve their goals, needs to be helped in a different way. So we birthed obviously the 3 coaching packages. That now meant I could work with people, and they had the ability to choose how I worked with them as their coach, which I feel is a cool ability to have when it comes to coaching, because I'm still able to grow my team and they're still able to fine-tune their service to really suit them as an individual. And it's been very, very successful so far, and now what it means is that the team is growing, the member site is growing, and we're at a position now where the brand is getting known to a level that I'm slowly becoming happy with. So there's been a lot of development, and I'm most happy as well because we've managed time management. Often what's happened in the past is where one field has excelled, one field has took another backseat. So I've been heavily, like lockdown for example, ridiculously focused on business. I literally created a member site, but my training was obsolete. I really let things go. April 12th, gyms open for the guys in the UK listening. So what I meant is obviously we got back into the gyms and instantly things have hit the ground running. So what was it now? We hit the first session, and again I've mentioned this on social media posts, but it's embarrassing. Those that follow me, pull, it's one of my strong sessions. I love it, I'm good at it. But when I first went into the gyms after however many months it was of training, my deadlift was 160 for a hard 5, and bearing in mind prior to that I was pulling 4 plates for silly reps, so we had to build that back up. But in regards to time management, the most sort of excelling thing, the most impressive thing is how we've been able to manage the growth of the business while still applying intensity to my training. And I've really been able to map out my days now in a way that allows me to get my training done first, and then we're coming to the rest of the day with all the tasks that we need to get done. So generally now what it looks like is I'll train early, so the day starts at 4 a.m. We'll get the first meal in. As we've noticed now, time's currently 6:45, so we've had the first meal, got a training session in an hour. It means that we've got the entire day to do work. That now means that my training can be max intensity, and I can now apply all the intensity I need to the business. This is a skill set I've never had before. It's always really been one or the other. It's not so much been sudden, but it's been a gradual push of the both, and I feel like it's something a lot of coaches do go through, especially when in a position where they're really trying to excel things and take things to the next level. So the time management and the balance that I have now is something that I am extremely grateful for. And journaling as well. Journaling has become a huge part of my morning. I'm literally due to come off this podcast, and again I will do my journaling for the day, but now what it means is by writing down what I'm grateful for, being grateful for the ability to manage my hours in a way that allows me to be the best version of me, is something that I treasure highly, because each hour for me is absolutely crucial. I have an action plan for each hour to the point where everything is planned, and there's, again, I've mentioned this on the member site, but almost like time as an exchange rate for money. So not so much for money, but time is money, but going deeper into that statement. So I'm happy with how things are going, and moving forwards into the next couple of months in regards to targets, we're bringing on a mentor. So the rationale behind bringing on a mentor, it's mainly just the idea that we need to take things to the next level. I think it was AJ Morris that mentioned you can sort of gamify bodybuilding, but you can also gamify business, and it makes things more attainable, it keeps things exciting. For me to take things to the next level, I feel like I've sort of exceeded my parameters now, and we're pushing things to the limit where if I can bring someone in that's been where I've been, that's been where I'm wanting to go, and has the experience, is going to allow me to scale things. You'll notice that when it comes to this podcast, I've done numerous topics. For example, it was episode 105 where we focused on the importance of development. Pretty much every single episode I focus on always includes some form of development, of excelling in the field, of learning a new skill set. Development is huge for me, because where I can be a better coach, where I can develop the service, it all gets funneled back to the clients. Yesterday I did a video, so we just launched a free section on the site. It was 3 of my biggest lessons learned as an online coach. Lesson number 2 was making everything, and I mean absolutely everything, about the clients. And honestly speaking, everything is still about the clients, but even more so by me bringing in a mentor, by me investing into the Legs Fitness Training brand. I'm able to then, deliver a better service. My clients get a better experience. My clients get better results. It's a win-win, and I'm able to expand the brand and continue to grow with more people. That level of gamifying stuff, bringing stuff to the next level of chasing what's the next opportunity to grow, how can I develop this field of my business, it's only going to allow you to deliver a better service, work with more people, and focus on building your brand to the point of bringing it to the level that you want to bring it to. So there's a lot of exciting things to come for the next couple of months, and there's certainly, especially for those that listen to the podcast, I've got a lot of guests planned, I've got a lot of topics planned I feel that haven't necessarily been done before. So again, for those that do listen religiously, do appreciate you, especially appreciate the long wait since between the episodes, but we are back now. You can expect another episode around late end of this week, so do stay tuned, and thanks for listening again.